We now go live with Amy Skeeter, who is in downtown Raccoon City with more interviewers wanting to speak about the parents punishing their kids. Amy, are you there?
I am here, Steve. The first person who I will interview will be Joe Tabbouti, the father of Rudy Tabbouti. So Mr. Tabbouti, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
Well, I find this very abhorrent and reprehensible for those, quote-unquote, parents to do that to their children. They really should know better than to treat them like garbage. It's one thing if a kid gets in trouble, but it's another to blatantly abuse your child. Like, are they even aware about what they are doing? They just don't seem to care at all, and the police in the kids' respective towns, if you can even call them that, did nothing to help them. Instead, they rat them out to their abusive folks, and they even arrest the kids for something that is none of the police's business. That is just plain wrong. Those cops should be arrested and fired from their jobs for corruption. I'm glad that actual police forces are looking for those psychotic creeps to save the children. I wish them the best of luck.
Now Mr. Tabbouti, would you ever give your son Rudy a punishment day?
No. Why would I? Rudy is a good kid. He does some really neat chalk drawings and he even helped me with my restaurant at one point and he works well. I hope the children are saved and the child abusers rot in jail for life. I'm leaving now.
Thank you for your time, Joe Tabbouti. Our next interviewer is a resident of a town called Nearburg, Lola Caracola. So Lola, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
I find this very unbelievable for a parent to do that to a child like that. I haven't been this angry since the greaser dogs constantly abused cat dog back in Nearburg. These parents make the greaser dogs look like Jehovah's Witnesses. These parents who torture and possibly murder their kids. Do they even know what they are doing to their kids? And from the looks of things, nobody even did a thing about this. They either rat out the abused children and get them in trouble with their parents or even corrupt officers. But I am glad that there are actual police forces looking for the child abusing parents and corrupt officers to arrest them and save the children.
So Lola, if you ever have children, would you ever give them a punishment day?
No. I don't have it in me to ever do that to them. I could end up like those parents. I have to find the right man who won't abuse children first before I marry and have children. I hope the police find those terrible people and have them face a long time in jail or even execution by the electric chair, hanging, firing squad, or other methods. I have said what I wanted to say. I'm leaving now.
Thank you for your time, Lola. Our next interviewer is a former university professor from Macon, Georgia who is the legal guardian of a little girl named Clementine Lee Everett. So Mr. Everett, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
I cannot believe that such people would even think about doing something like that. I'm afraid of what will happen to those children if we just left them with those monsters. I feel really sorry for the kids that have to suffer all of this trauma at the hands of their brutish parents and their siblings who just have their way with the abused children. I don't know why they do that. They must be very sad. It can get people angry sometimes. People don't always make sense. Because bad things happen to everyone. And it's hard to keep being yourself after they do.
So Mr. Everett, because you have a little girl in your care, would you ever give her a punishment day?
No. I wouldn't dare hurt Clementine. She can be a bit mischievous sometimes, but I knew better than to treat her like she's a walker, if you know what I mean. She's a sweet pea. I was once convicted for killing a state senator after seeing him with my ex-wife, but only by accident after a fight ensued. I've had to live with that moment ever since. But these people have absolutely no remorse for their actions whatsoever. I hope the police find those pieces of crap and give them what they deserve. I also hope the children are rescued in time, so that they can be in a better environment away from those psychopaths. That's all I have to say. Be seeing you.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Everett. Our next interviewer is a monkey from a town called Prickly Pines who is the father of a monkey boy named Lazlo who is a Bean Scout of Camp Kidney. The father wishes to not have his identity revealed, so we will refer to him as Lazlo Senior. So Lazlo Senior, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
It's absolute chaos. Those parents should realize that this is child abuse 101, but they just don't even care in the slightest. Do they really hate their kids that much? If that's the case, then why did they even have kids in the first place if they are not going to take care of them? And who is the jerk that came up with punishment days? The parents never get any repercussions for their actions, and the police are also as bad as the parents since they commit police brutality and corruption towards the children. If there is true justice in the world, then those parents and dirty cops would be in jail or even face the death penalty for their actions, and the abused children are rescued. I'm glad that the Special Tactics and Rescue Service of the Police Department of Raccoon City will soon make that a reality. Best of luck to them.
So Lazlo Senior, would you ever give your son a punishment day?
Heck no. Lazlo is a sweet boy and I will never do that to him ever. Not ever. Not even if my life depended on it. I remember back in Prickly Pines when Commander Hoo-Ha was threatening to beat and possibly murder my son, just because his daughter Patsy had a crush on him. He also forced his daughter to beat up every Bean Scout she didn't have a crush on in a boxing ring. And she even had to beat up Lazlo as well. I understand that she didn't want to do it, but her psychopath father would have murdered my son if she didn't do it. And all because of a Valentine's Day card she made. After that day, I filed a restraining order against that son of a bitch. I hope those parents also get a bigger comeuppance just like Hoo-Ha. Those are my words. Good day.
Thank you for your time, Lazlo Senior. Our next interviewer is a caretaker of Morning Glory Orphanage located in Okinawa, Japan, Kazuma Kiryu. And because he's a non-English speaker, we have a translator behind the camera. So Mr. Kiryu, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
It's absolute madness. Those parents should realize it's child abuse, but they don't even give a damn. I have never been so angry about all of this torture to a child. My God, they could lose custody of their child if they continue their actions. Is this seriously the new norm for raising your child these days? Even if their kids cause trouble, they should know better than to treat them like rats. And the other children who are involved in abusing the poor kids are bullies and delinquents. I hope the abused children are okay.
Now Mr. Kiryu, do you ever decide to let any of this to happen to the kids you take care of at Morning Glory?
Hell no. I will never do such a thing to the kids I take care of, not even Iruka. They can get into trouble sometimes, but I will never treat them like this. I hope to see those child abusers in person so I can beat some sense into them. I've said all I have to say. I'm out of here.
Thank you for your time, Kazuma Kiryu. Our final interviewer is a pink mama chipmunk from Happy Tree Town who is the mother of Giggles and adoptive mother of Mark Oluso, Mrs. Oluso. So Mrs. Oluso, what do you have to say about the parents giving their children a punishment day?
It's just plain awful. What kind of people are they to treat their kids as if they are worse than Jeffrey Dahmer? All of this is torture and abuse and worst case scenario, murder. They should know that they are going too far with their actions. Like seriously, even if their kids are troublemakers, they shouldn't be treated like trash. And the other kids who snitch on or help abuse the children are not helping the situation. They may be heartless bullies, but I wouldn't even wish abuse and torture on them. And the dirty cops who help the abusive parents need to be fired and locked up for their crimes along with those child abusers. They seriously give law enforcement a bad name.
So Mrs. Oluso, have you ever decided to give your kids a punishment day?
Not even if they paid me money to do it. I love my kids with all my heart and soul. My daughter is all grown up and is married and has a kid of her own who she raises very well. And my baby boy Mark is an excellent student at his school with the help of his girlfriend Ruby, and his friend Merritt. I have never been more proud of him than I already am. I hope the STARS team of the Raccoon City Police Department catch those child abusers and save the children in time. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Giggles. I believe that is all of the interviewers on my end. Now back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Amy. Now we go live inside a GNN news copter with Gunter Callahan. Gunter, are you there?
Yes, I am Steve. So, I'm in one of the news helicopters heading to Elmore City and we are following and catching up with the police helicopters. We're over 500 miles to Elmore City. When we get there we will go live when the child abusing parents and the abused children are found. I don't really have much else to say. We will return with more updates soon. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Gunter. We now go live with Guthrie Sampson, who's in front of Arklay County Courthouse. Are you there, Guthrie?
I hear you loud and clear, Steve. Anyways, here I am in front of Arklay County Courthouse where we see the people and the judge getting ready for child abusing parents' trials. People are getting the paperwork done and the police are in charge of criminal record files. They are making sure that everything is secure and the time is right, and the judge is all ready and is awaiting for the arrival of those child abusers. He is expecting them to arrive sometime soon. That's all I have to say on my end. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Guthrie. That is all the news that we have for now. We will return with more updates on the whereabouts on the child abusing parents and abused children soon. I have been your host, Steve Dugan. And we will see you back here soon. Thank you for watching.